Yeah, I think that would be quite humorous. Okay. You ready? You ready? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Pablo, you might want to cover your ears or whatever you. Yeah. Okay. Ready? Three, two, one. All right, that's enough of that. All right. Yeah, that's experimental music, guys. Um.
That's a
Uh.
theme song of
That
people with valid
yeah,
opinion.
that's the people with valid opinion. Like actually. We're gonna drop that. Chase and Drake be in the studio, be like, yeah, this sounds like garbage. Drop it. Uh, hmm. Anyways, welcome to Chase rants about his hyperfixations for 40 minutes on end.
Yeah, well, he's
Um,
just like me.
I'm Chase.
I'm Drake.
And I'm Pablo.
All right. Gentleman and other. How we doing? How we up?
I'm doing pretty great.
Good.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm doing pretty all right. I'm pretty swaggy.
Nice.
The thing
Nice.
that my class starts in a week, so it's like
Yikes.
yeah.
Same.
But I think it starts in a week. I'm not
yeah.
sure.
I think for me and Ebby, our school like class starts in like almost in a month or so. It's like September 10th or something.
And you, yeah.
Yeah.
But cause like my semester or like this during like semester starts on the 23rd, which is a Monday, and I checked my class schedule. It didn't say when exactly like the first class would be, but it said a class would be held on Mondays in the afternoon, and so the semester starts on a Monday. So does that mean that the first class is on Mondays? Like I don't know. You gotta communicate with me, man. Communication is key.
Yeah. Like, I'll be honest. This whole quarantine, a lot of schools are pretty like fucked up because
Mm.
like the learning stuff is a pain. You guys gone through that?
But
Like, how was your school? Oh, your school year during the pandemic?
it happened, and then it didn't happen because I graduated.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, that was like the same for me. And like this past year was crazy because like it was half virtual, half in person for like half the year. So,
Yeah, same here.
yeah.
I just didn't go at
Also,
all.
Chase, are you
Yeah.
going on campus?
I think
this
so
year?
because it's yeah, I think so because it's a music recording class, so it's like that should probably be in.
Mm.
And if it's not, then I
Sounds
kind of don't want
fun.
it. 'Cause I'd rather get hands on like the equipment that they have there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking like kind of terrified because it's like, what if they like ask like, what if the professor's like, oh, you're gonna have to write an essay, and then it's like, bro, I don't want to do that. This is like the
Yeah.
last class I'm ever gonna take in school. Please just don't ruin it for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's because like I'm not graduating. Like I'm not gonna graduate from college because it's like I'm not like, fuck that shit. It's not important to me.
Mm. I haven't decided whether or not I want to go to college. I I don't want to be forced into it, yet I feel like if I do miss it, I'll like miss a lot of opportunities, but at the same time I don't want to be like pressured to go, you know?
Okay, well, here are things you do at college. One, leave. There.
Sounds like a plan.
It is. Trust me. Oh no, don't. College is a sham. Sham. Teach yourself things. You can easily do that. And I
Yeah, but the
did.
thing about college is like a lot of parents are like of this mindset that, oh, my child's only successful if they go to college and stuff like that.
Well,
It's
you
like
know,
really, yeah.
trust me, you don't need that. Once you get past that, this whole like, because like that's what happened to me. Like pretty early on. Like I kind of just got to a point where I was just like, no, I don't need to please my parents anymore. Like the only person I really have to make happy is myself. And is that selfish?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is selfish. But like, sometimes you need to be a little selfish.
yeah. It's just like parents they try to guilt trip you saying stuff that they shouldn't really be saying, you know?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I do think though with college, it's hard to get like a well-paying job with just a high school degree. And
Yeah, for
especially
sure.
now, like you can't live off of a minimum wage anywhere in America, at least. I don't know about like other countries, but like
Yeah, no, it's way better.
that's like the only thing like with going to college.
Yeah.
It's almost like we should abolish money as a concept.
Maybe.
We
I'm
should
down.
live rent free. Woo.
Live rent free.
But yeah, it's interesting to think about. I applied to a job recently, Newberry Comics. I wanted to work at Hot Topic, but I don't know if online applications are my thing. I get like nervous and stuff, you
Mhm.
know?
I'd be so down to work at a hot topic. I feel like I would go.
Yeah.
I feel like I would go off at hot topic.
I went yesterday. I met this cute guy there. He was like around the same age as me, so I'm pretty like excited to go, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I feel that. Yeah, I worked at a guitar store.
Oh,
Like
nice.
yeah, my first semester of my senior year, because at my school there's a program that helps like kids like kids with ND like me
Hmm.
who are ND, sorry, like get jobs and like get work experience. So I got to work 100 hours, and I got to work minimum wage too, because so suddenly was the government paying me because it was a school program. So I got $15 an hour. I got $15 for 100 hours. So that's what.
Nice.
Yeah. So I made $1,500 off that job. And I only worked on Saturdays. So pretty tight. I wish I could have kept that job, actually, because I like that job. I was around like guitars and shit, and I was like fixing up guitars. If the people were
That
there,
sounds nice.
people were there were really nice. Like my boss was like he was an old dude, but he was cool. And I met Kid Brown. He was like a year older than me, so like we were like really chill with each other. I should have fucking asked. Like one of the biggest things I regret is not asking that dude to like, hey, do you want to be in a band with me? I feel like he so totally would have said yes. It's like I follow him on Instagram, so I could easily just message him and be like, hey, but it's like I don't know. Like I haven't seen him, and like I haven't really like talked to him.
Yeah, I totally get that. It feels awkward to talk to people you haven't talked to in a while.
Yeah. Like yeah. I miss that dude. That dude was like was fuck.
Yeah.
It was actually really funny thing. Drake is gonna love hearing this, but I think you both are aware of the band, the Foo Fighters, the fighters that fight
Yeah.
the Foo.
Yes.
So the guitarist in Foo Fighter, Chris Shiflett, his brother actually taught guitar at the guitar store I worked at. His brother Mikey. So he was a really chill dude. He was such a nice guy. And like I remember on my last day he gave me a hug, and I was like, dude, you're gonna make me cry. But yeah, he was a
Aw,
really
that's
chill dude.
sweet.
So Yeah, shout out to him. Shout out to him and his
That's
brother.
Wait,
definitely
that was the guitarist's brother.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chris
that's really
Shiflett.
cool.
And his brother
Yeah.
is named
Yeah.
Mike. Mickey. Yeah, but yeah, I fucking miss that job. I wish I could go back, but you know, it's still open surprisingly because where I live we only had 2 guitar stores and they were like great. So like there's my job. It was kind of like it was like a pawn, it was more like a pawn shop, and like just kind of like a repair place. And then down the road from there was more of like the bigger chain. Not it was called Instrumental. We had them all up and down uh south and central south south and central coast, but a lot of the locations shut down during because of COVID. They're mostly online now. They're doing online stuff. They don't have many stores opening. So I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of funny to me because the little small owned business managed to beat the bigger chain, which makes me happy, kind of. But because you know I work there, so I'm glad that it didn't shut down.
Yeah, a lot of the like small establishments have been closed down during the pandemic. Like, there's like a lot of stores where I live that closed down. Like, the barber shop near me closed down. It like sucks massively, to be honest.
Mhm. I don't because I never really go out, but I know a few places that like the mall down where I live had to close. You know. Yeah, you know, it sucks. That's why I'm like, you know, I'm glad that I don't work like a quote unquote regular job. You know, now nowadays
Mm.
no nowadays I do whatever the fuck. But that's just the beauty
Yeah,
of that's the beauty of my life right now that I can do whatever the fuck I want and not have to worry
yeah.
about shit.
That sounds nice. I still like I'm still here with my parents and stuff, so I still have to follow their like guidelines and stuff like that. But I'm hoping once I move out, I'll be able to like freely express myself and live like the life I want. You know?
I know. I like it's hard right now because I'm not like actually making money. I'm just hoping that like all of like my projects and shit kind of just take off a little bit so that I can like
Yeah,
move out. Problem is though, it's like I live in Southern California, so it's like I don't know where
yeah,
where I'm like where I'd like go. And like the other problem too is that I could move out of state, but it's like not living near the ocean like really gives me like anxiety, if you know what I mean.
yeah.
Then move
So
to like Oregon or
I
Or New
could move to
York.
work,
actually no, never mind. Those are on fire. Come to the East Coast then.
Yeah, the
maybe.
East Coast. I was saying like if you said you were starting like a project, right? I recommend coming to like New York, especially New York City, because like a lot of comic books or like the famous ones start here in the city.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, like the other thing too is that like like my you know like traveling musician and shit, so it's like I'm not really like ideally I probably won't like have like a house anywhere until I decide to like eventually retire.
Settle down. Oh yeah.
Yeah, or whatever. So like my ideal plan is kind of just um like I don't like buy a house or like rent out anything. I just kind of like live in the tour van for like a year, get a like rent a place and then like rent a place like an apartment somewhere for cheap for, like
That
another
sounds
year.
fun.
Yeah. Like I think right now that's kind of like my dream.
Yeah, it sounds
I
like a
think
good dream. Can't lie.
yeah
Sounds some fun.
yeah like I think you know just like tour around for a year and then like stay at a place for a year, you know, work on great shit, work on new music, work on maybe other
Hmm.
things. I think that could be a good plan. You know, the problem is just
Yeah.
finding somewhere to live.
Yeah. What about you, Drake?
Like what I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. My ideal is to live in the woods.
Sounds
It's,
fun.
Not like, but like actually, I would like to like travel the world, I guess.
Mm.
Like mainly the natural world.
Yeah. For me, it's like the city's kind of place because, like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm like a city type of person, but I respect like the wooded areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the city too. I just
Mhm.
prefer nature.
Yeah.
I, I'm really kind of conflicted. Like if I like ever like make it big, like I want like a secluded place out in the wilderness, but I also want somewhere near like beach. So like I don't know, like I was thinking about it on my walk this morning, like because I watched Lord of the Rings with my dad the other week, and like dude, like New Zealand is such a fucking beautiful place. Like I honestly I would not mind like having like a little ranch or something in New Zealand.
Nice.
Yeah.
For me personally, I haven't really settled on where I want to live or how I want to live. I've been thinking about like a small kind of home. I'm not really into like those big kind of houses since like a lot of break-ins happen inside of those. But I'm thinking like a small house, probably New York, because I lived here my whole life.
Hmm.
Uh, I guess in the same area where I live since it's like sort of close to the city. And I guess I'll just travel from there, like, on vacation and stuff. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, so no, like honestly like I don't see the point of like living in like a big house. Like a
Yeah.
big ass like last week my mom was was house sitting for some
Mm-hmm.
family friends, and they live in like the hills, like the hill area of my town where like all the nice houses are. And so
Yeah.
and she took my dog up there, and then she took us up for like dinner for a night. And so then and so I went up there, and so I had to take the dog for a walk.
Mm-hmm.
Um and I was walking past all these nice houses, and I was like, man, what is the point of living in these big ass I don't understand. Like,
I guess space maybe, but like, I don't know. Something about like a small, cozy house just like makes me happy.
it's like I don't need it's like I don't need a big house either. Like I don't need big ass mansions. Like I don't dream of that shit. I think
As
it's
a kid, I was
stupid.
like, oh, I'm gonna get a mansion,
I know
stuff like that. And now
as
I'm
a kid
like,
I was like, but it's like nowadays it's like who, hmm.
yeah,
Like who actually wants to be rich? Being rich sounds
taxes.
taxes. What do you mean? If you're rich, you don't even pay taxes. You evade them all the time. You get away with it.
Yeah. But
I've
yeah.
always had to live in a big house because I have 7 siblings, so I'm
Mm.
in a
Greetings,
big
Ebby,
family.
for 25. Greetings.
Hey, Abby.
Hi, Ebby.
Oh, hey, what's going on, everyone?
We're talking about how shitty it would be to live in a big ass house and to be rich.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, what happened?
We're talking about how shitty rich people are.
Oh,
As
oh,
usual.
awesome. Yeah, I feel like this is a regular topic. Well, rightfully so. It's a regular topic, rightfully so.
It is. Wait, Jake, did you say you have 7 siblings?
Yes, I have 7 older
That
siblings.
is disgusting.
Older
I'm the
ones?
youngest. Yeah, I'm the youngest.
Damn,
That's,
I'm the
Dang.
youngest of four in total.
I'm the middle of
I'm the
four.
oldest, yet I'm the youngest here, probably.
No,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
the
yeah,
youngest.
oh yeah, no,
Oh.
Drake. Yeah, Drake's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like my dad came from a stereotypically large Mexican family. Like my dad was one of 9. I was just thinking that like every time we go, like every so often we go, they all live up in the Bay Area. They live up north, and every time we go up there, I look at my Nana Mo and I'm just like, how did you do it? Why did you do it? Oh, I mean, they kind of. I mean, they had to because they were poor growing up.
Yeah.
So they,
Yeah.
and like infant mortality rates, especially back then, were higher. So I get it partially, but
Yeah.
but it's like, how the hell did you push out 9 babies in the span of God knows how many years?
I don't know. A lot of like, even like, I don't know. A lot of people have like a lot of kids. Me personally, I've thought about it. I'm not sure if I want to have kids. You thought about that?
No, I do not want to bring a child into this escape of a planet. Okay, no, I don't want to get married. I don't want to have children unless the world just fixes itself, which I doubt will happen in our lifetime. So, like, I might adopt. I think
Yeah.
adoption is very good. I think adoption is something that you should try to do because those kids need families. Like, we don't need to birth any more babies. We can adopt. Let's adopt first. That's what should do.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. That makes sense. For me, it's like, right. For me, it's like, I think since I was the youngest, I like, I know so many people like hate the idea of having kids now, but since I was the youngest, I don't like, I feel like I don't hate kids as much as like other people our age, you know? So for me, it's just like, whatever.
me. I
I don't really
hate,
see it
I
as a
hate
bad thing.
kids.
I think kids are like funny and like silly and stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, of course, like it's a much bigger deal because you have to be able to take care of it properly and everything. But just like I
Yeah.
guess the idea itself, I'm not as like shied away from it. But that's just personal.
Me, my two least favorite groups of people: children and adults. I hate
Well,
them.
I'm gonna have to cope with the fact that I'm turning 18 soon, and soon I'm gonna be an adult. The people I hate the most.
I mean, I don't really consider myself an
You
adult.
become what you hate the most.
I mean, in the eyes of the law, I am an adult, but I don't consider myself an adult. I'm not. I don't
You are
adult.
still technically a teenager.
Yeah, technically. And
Sometimes I feel like I act too old for my age, or I try to act. You know.
I don't think
Oh
that's
yeah, I
a
know
good
what
idea.
you're saying. I used to do that, but now it's like I would
Yeah.
just rather not. I just rather do me, whatever it is, you know. So
I think that's such a
something talking about that. It's like the like the inherent feeling to want to appear grown up and mature to other people is childish on its own, you know.
yeah, no, because
Something
I
like that. I
was
forgot how
I
it
was thinking
goes.
about that recently because it's like when you're younger, you like looking back on it, when you're younger, you think you act so much more mature than you are, but when you grow up, then when you actually
Yeah.
like grow up to be like a more mature-ish age, and you look back on that, you just think to yourself, wow, I was such a stupid ass little kid for
For
thinking
me
that.
personally, it was
True.
me trying to hang out with like the older kids, you know, because I always thought like, oh, if you're older, that must mean like you're cooler and stuff. But
People
now
who
I know that there's like a difference between like maturity and age.
uh,
Yeah, for
like
sure, 100%.
like like
Because
like
like they're. You can go, Chase.
no, go. I talk too much on this thing. You go.
Because like I don't know, maybe it's just because like I see it with the family, but there are a ton of like elders or people who are like older or whatever, and they just like in terms of emotional maturity, they have like that of like a toddler, you know.
Oh yeah, I
And
can totally
so
understand what you
yeah,
mean.
that's why I feel like it's weird. Like measure, like you can't really quantify maturity to begin with because it's like behavioral and stuff like that, and how you, I guess, like how you perceive things. But that's one way where you can like somewhat gauge it, you know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
like when I was when I was a little kid, because my older half sister, she's way older than me. She's 9 years older than me. So
Mm-hmm.
so when I was like a little like kid, she was in high school and she was hanging out with all of her friends all the time. And like I was so scared. I was terrified of all her friends. And like for the longest time I was like scared of people who were like older than me. Like I was always scared of like kids in like older grades and stuff. And like I still kind of am scared of like people who are, well, it's not that I'm scared of older people who are older than me, it's that I don't really like being around people who are like way older than me for the most part. Um,
Yeah, I get that.
I think, but once I kind of entered into high school, it kind of got a little better because when I did theater, I interacted with a lot of like really like chill,
Mm-hmm.
or well, sometimes for the most part, I interacted with a couple people who were older than who were in grades above me who were pretty chill. Some people
Yeah.
in theater were psychotic, and I did not like. I was psychotic myself, but I yeah. I'm not gonna get too much into that because that's a whole can of
Yeah.
words. That's a very big can of words that I don't think I should open up on the podcast.
Yeah. It's all good.
No, there are some funny stories that I could probably tell. The funniest story that I probably could tell, I don't think I can tell to any of you. I think I think you're all gonna have to wait to get a little older before I tell.
Wait, we have to
Is
wait
it-
3 years.
Yeah,
Wait.
1 year
What?
for Pablo and I, and then 3 years for Drake.
it's a very funny story. We caught a few people.
Does it involve content warning?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll just be a little suggestive.
Okay, what's that word?
Suggestive.
Uncle
Suggestive.
Chase, what does that word mean?
We're
Uncle
just
Chase, what does that word mean?
it don't mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It's just a little suggestive, but we caught a few people doing some nasty things in the boys' bathroom, and it was a really it was funny, but I'm not gonna talk about it too much.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about it.
Wait,
I saw you
between, like-
commented on something about it. Like it was one of those posts like, "What's the big event that happened in your school?"
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot.
That's where it's from. Yeah.
Is it
That was the,
between like a bunch of guys or is like?
No, I'm not gonna get to it. But no, it wasn't. Okay. Okay. I shouldn't have brought it up. Shh.
Okay.
Hush,
Yeah.
children. Hush.
Choo
Hush.
choo.
What is this? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, it's a tumble votes. Let's see. You're too old for that. It's really a shitty concept. You're too old for everything. Cartoons, sleepovers, candy, etc. Fuck yes. I think about the shit. So let's see.
Like,
C.S. Lewis
that's
famously said
so
that the
true.
intrusive desire to appear grown up all costs was in of itself childish trait. He worded it. Fuck. Who was C.S. Lewis? C.S. Lewis was.
He wrote what was it? Tom Sawyer. Is that what he wrote?
No. That was. But CS. No. That was
some
Lemony
book.
Snicket. No.
Or no, maybe he did Wizard of Oz. I can't remember.
I know that name.
I'll
He
just
did some American classic.
He wrote some great American novel.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I'll just send a bunch of books he apparently wrote.
Who's the most noticeable?
Yeah.
He's a British writer.
Mhm.
Oh, but
Mm.
it's still that same time.
Oh, he wrote
Yeah.
he wrote Narnia. He wrote Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
And
still,
I mean that makes
the way
sense.
He words that is,
Yeah. That makes
the way
sense
he
coming
words
from him
that is
too.
really good in my opinion.
Because go ahead, Pablo.
Oh yeah, all right. So I wanted to go on, I wanted to touch on the concept of you're too old for stuff.
Mhm.
It's a bit of like a letdown because it's mostly like older people and sometimes little kids who tell you that. Like me personally, I've expressed how much I love cartoons and animation in general, and I've been let down by other people saying, "Oh, you shouldn't like that for your age" or stuff like that. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's such a bad concept. But I'm glad, like, our friend group, Ebby, like our IRL friend group, we're like all goofy and silly.
Yeah,
It's fun.
the silliness.
No, it's
I
funny.
think
It's
I got it because I was the youngest. So I was like when I was really young, I was really into Pokemon, and then all my brothers and cousins, they were all older than me. They were the ones who introduced me to it. But as they got into like high school, I noticed they like didn't play it as much, or like we wouldn't talk about it or watch it as much. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, we're just getting too old for that now." And I'm like, "What? What are you guys talking about?" And then when they got to college, they like didn't play video games at all anymore. They like watch shows. So I guess like as long as they have a hobby, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, now that I'm in like high school, I'm like, you're like, it's like you're not too old for it at all. Like I still play games and whatever.
well, it's also like a matter of it's like, are you too old for it, or are you getting old to the point where you don't have time for it? Because like I don't have much time for video games anymore nowadays.
I'm starting to get to that point in my life. Like I play this one game a lot, and it's like it's kind of destroying my sleep schedule. But I'm hoping that once I get the job or land a job, like I'll tone down like the amount of times I play games.
Yeah, no, because like the only real time I have to play games right now is like a little bit later into the night, but it's like I'm like really tired at that point.
Yeah.
So it could be like the game, like I play like long ass games too. Like you guys know that I'm a huge JRPG guy, so I play all
you were
these
getting
like
through Xenoblade 2 before.
yeah. Yeah, no, I'm honestly surprised I managed to beat Xenoblade 2. Like
when you post on your story, I'm like, damn, good for you, but how do you have time for that? Because like at least from how you said your schedule was, I was like,
yeah, because
especially
because like
as games after that.
most of that playtime came before I really started right. Because like my gaming time used to be like in the mornings, like early in the like well it used to be like around like right now like this time from like 9:30 ish to 12 ish. That would be like my gaming time. That's kind of how it was throughout most of quarantine. So that's how I got a lot of games done. But now I started kind of dedicating myself a little bit to writing more because that's like my job. That's the thing. And yeah. So yeah, I don't have much time to be like I wake up, I write, then I go for my walk, I come back, I eat breakfast, then I do like my real writing, then I 12 ate my lunch, then one from like 1 to 3 ish. That's my music writing time. That's like my songwriting time. That's when I play my guitar and stuff. And then from then like you guys are getting a look at like an inside look at what's like being neurodivergent. Sorry, but yeah, but like then at 3 o'clock, that's on weekdays. That's my workout. That's my workout time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then after that,
Nice.
I eat a banana. Then after that, I do some.
Me stealing all the bananas from Chase's house to throw off his schedule for the next week.
Fuck you. No, if you no, I'm not joking. If anything throws off my schedule, I legit have an anxiety attack.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool, but like, no, that's why I need to get out of this house because my family does not. Yeah, my family does not.
Oh yeah, because like didn't your like sister make some jokes like or some joke?
It's incessant. Trust
like,
me.
Oh, your schedule got thrown off or something.
All the time. All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
But yeah, luckily she went back to the UK last week. She lives there right now.
Oh,
but she's been home here for the past 6 months because of COVID restrictions going up and down. She was finally able to go back. I have a couple months of freedom from her before she comes back again for Christmas. So
that's cool. Yeah, it's like this summer. It's like I feel like I don't know. It's like I don't want to fall for like the illusion of being like productive, in that sense. But it's like it's hard to have a routine since I have like no obligation to do anything, So it's just like kind of throughout the day, I just do whatever. So it's like, I don't want to say like I wish I had a job, but it's like at least it would give me that structure, like time
I
structure.
do not
Somewhat.
dream of labor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to fall for that. Oh, I wish I had a job, but it's like even if it was something I really enjoyed doing in person, like if it was drawing, and I wanted to do that for maybe like it's like I wake up beginning of the day and then draw for 4 hours, something that I wish I had something like that. Because before summer, I had like baseball and stuff, so I could do that, which is like work, but still something that I enjoy doing, and that gave me like structure throughout the day. But now I don't really have anything, which I guess is like a good problem to have that I have too much time, but not all.
See, I can never live like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like that's not how I perceive time. That's not how I perceive like the days that go by. That's and like it's so hard for me to imagine like living how like a neurotypical person lives because like I can't even begin to like think of like just doing random bullshit throughout the day and then just calling it because it's like
Yeah, I can.
everything has to be at this specific time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of I want to get out of my house because like my parents they always make plans last minute. Like I think I told Ebby or like I put it in chat. Like
Yeah, you're
last
telling.
night they decided all of a sudden to go to a water park in the morning and I didn't want to go because like I wasn't in that mentality of like swimming at that time.
Yeah, or like going somewhere like that.
Yeah.
That
But
makes
luckily I got to
sense.
stay and now I'm here with you guys.
No,
Yeah.
I hate going places just randomly
Yeah.
unless I specifically planned it because it's like I'm going somewhere for dinner tonight, but it's like I don't want to go. I'm gonna stay home and like go for my
Yeah.
walk and shit.
Yeah, it depends for me. Sometimes it's like a nice surprise to have it like that, but other times it's like, damn, I like really threw myself to have what I was planning for the rest of my day.
That's a little too
Yeah.
NSFW, Pablo. I think I'm not going to read that out on. I'm not going to read that out.
Oh my
Get,
gosh, that was hilarious. Oh,
remove this from the chat. Remove this. No.
No.
No. Sorry. I have to
I
be
get
strict.
sent to the dungeon.
You're getting sent. You're getting put in timeout. That's no.
This is literally
Aw.
1984. This is literally.
I'm like, God, I hate adults. They're so strict.
Yeah.
Oh, I sleep knowing the satellite pouring down. I was looking Huel from Breaking Bad. I can't wait to watch rewatch Breaking. That's what I need to do. I need to figure out when the hell I'm gonna rewatch Breaking Bad. Because I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that.
Such a good show. I really
Fucking
enjoyed it.
awesome show. And then there's a movie. And they made a movie afterwards.
There's a movie for it?
Yeah, it's El Camino.
Oh, that's
okay.
like that's a sequel.
It's a sequel movie.
Oh no, a
and it's
prequel.
sequel.
Wait, isn't Better Call Saul the
Better Call Saul is
sequel?
a prequel.
No, Better Call
Oh,
Saul's
that's
a prequel.
Better
Yeah.
Call Saul is a prequel. El Camino is a
Is
it's a follow-up.
sequel.
It's
Yeah,
it's
a
about
follow-up.
it's about what happened to Jesse after the show ended, and it's a good ass movie. But yeah,
Yeah, I hope they're like quality, because like a lot of what I haven't watched the show, but I'm scared of like Breaking Bad being really good, and then Better Call Saul is just like a cash grab, which I don't think it is.
I
Say it's
didn't
good.
really care for Better Call Saul. Like they had the first like what 4 seasons on Netflix.
It's way more slow paced than compared
It's way
to
more
like,
slow
Breaking
paced. It's
Bad.
not very actiony. It's not very like dramatic. I didn't like the whole thing with Saul is that Saul is kind of like the comedic relief character in Breaking Bad, and and I'm just like, did he really need his own show? But
But
yeah,
he's so funny.
The concept's
He looks
interesting.
funny.
The execution's a bit wonky because like it's way more slow paced than Breaking Bad because there's not a much emotional points or like scenes. compared to like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You guys think I'm like Walter White?
Oh my god, we're not
No.
starting this.
I'm just asking. You guys, y'all would know better than me, so I'm just
Actually,
asking.
Ebby, Breaking Bad is like the worst show ever. Don't watch it. I don't think you should watch it. It's
Yeah,
like really
it's
bad. It's really
awesome.
garbage.
Okay.
I don't think you should watch it.
Come on, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I mean, you should watch Breaking Bad
Oh.
because there's the Saul Titan in Attack on Titan.
That's true.
I forgot. That's all Titan.
It's in like chapter the 115 to like the 20s. I remember seeing that.
God, that's so weird to think about. Like Breaking Bad like ended when the Attack on Titan anime was starting. That's wow. That's whack.
Did it really?
Something like that.
2014 or no 20?
Or
it was
no, when
20.
did? Oh yeah, no, never
When
mind.
did it?
Or no. Walking Dead. The Walking Dead came out around the same time as Attack on Titan.
I remember I went to the comic book store today, Newberry Comics, and at the back of the colossal Attack on Titan manga, and they had like they included the Avengers X Attack on Titan crossover.
They did?
Yeah, it did.
Holy
It's, like,
shit!
colored. It's pretty cool, but it doesn't make that much sense because like the Titans are like in New York City.
Oh my god, they really are. I love telling people about that. I love telling people that was a thing that happened in time. Oh.
Yeah, it's interesting, but it's weird.
I have that issue too. It's somewhere in my comic collection. I remember because I had a couple. Yeah, you guys know, because I fished it out. I fished it out of my comic collection the other week when I was looking through my comic. It's so funny. It's so funny looking back to think because there was an advertisement for it too. There was an advert. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Let me see if I can find it.
Wasn't there also wasn't there a crossover between Attack on Titan and I think it was Marvel, some part of Marvel?
There was the Avengers one.
Oh, the Avengers. I wonder how that would go because that sounds like funny, but I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't turn out that good just because like it's the Avengers.
Oh, wait, should I? I think I told you guys, but I haven't told Ebby. But Ebby saw it on my spam.
I got it. I found it.
Yeah.
It's so good. Okay, continue. Let me just look for it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so funny.
So basically, Ebby, you saw my latest post on my spam about that person at Hot Topic.
Oh my! I'm so happy for you, dog. Go for it, dog.
Yeah. So I met this guy. He was like working at Hot Topic. He had like a Rick and Morty shirt, and I couldn't stop thinking about the Rick. Soldier Boy's rap. But yeah, we made some small talk, and yeah, he told me like he guided me through like applying and stuff, and then I asked him. Well, he asked me what my grade was. I said sophomore of high school. He said same. I'm like, oh, cool. And like we just started chatting. Yeah, he's a not a sophomore, junior.
Junior,
Oh, yeah. My bad. I had a little brain fart. But yeah, we talked, and we said goodbye to each other, and yeah,
Word. That's what
Next time you see each other, you're gonna make out.
Oh no!
Oh wait, sorry, Chase. Sorry, Chase.
Anyways, there it is. There it is. The greatest piece of my collection. Don't mind the tear in the corner. That I don't know how that happened. But yeah. So yeah, free comic book day, like 2015. This is Secret Wars number 0. This was the start. This was like the prequel. Okay, bye, Ebby. Bye. Ebby has to leave.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, Abby.
Bye.
Take care.
Anyways, who cares about that? Anyways, Secret Wars number 0. You got like Superior Iron Man and Mighty Thor and Miles Morales on the cover.
Nice.
So yeah, this was the prequel to like Marvel's big crossover event that year. So yeah, basically it was just about the world ending. It was kind of who cares. So at the end of the issue, I mean not at the end, at the back end of the issue, there's this. Give me a second. Give me a second. We have to describe this all because this is a podcast. This is a non-visual media. But yeah, there's this. There's this little thing. Originally commissioned for Brutus magazine in Japan, the following story postulates what would happen in an encounter between Marvel's Avengers and the Titans from Hajime Isayama's popular manga Attack on Titan. It is presented here in English for the first time. Special thanks to
Nice.
Nobuhiro Tsuji at Brutus. And it's so stupid. It's but it's so cool at the same time. And like
Yeah.
the art kind of fucks like here. Let's see. There's yeah. Like there's the and like I think this was written before like they knew that like the armored titan ship were like titan shifters like actual people.
Mm-hmm.
Because like and like there's this one scene where like Hulk is fighting the female titan and stuff, and like at the back end of the issue, like I honestly wish they made this more of a thing because this is so silly, but like it's like it's so perfect though. It's just
Yeah,
and
it's
like but like
interesting to see manga and comic book crossovers.
so like the colossal titan. I don't think the colossal titan is actually bigger than the Statue of Liberty. I'm not sure
I think
though.
he's like a bit smaller, like actual size.
Yeah, I think the size of him here is a little exaggerated. But you got like the
Yeah.
Guardians showing up and shit.
I mean, a lot of the
And
scenes in Attack on Titan are exaggerated to show, like, to emphasize how big the Titans are. In actuality, it's like their little size.
and look at it. Apparently, Isayama himself did the storyboard for that, or he did the basic plot for that little for this whole little sequence. But there's also this one thing that I find really funny. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yeah, here we go. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this. Hold on. Hold up. It's an advertisement for
Among Us.
I don't know. There it is. Attack on Titan. They destroyed mankind. Now Aaron Yeager will pay any price to destroy the Titan.
Manga.
Oh, I think I saw that recently. I thought like, oh, that's kind of ironic.
I know. No. Me and you, Drake. Me and you talked about that. I remember. I sent it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so funny. Let's see. The
Goofy.
latest volume 15 was the latest volume at the time. I wish Ebby was still here. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened to that
You
volume.
would just say Aaron Yeager is Kino and based pilled or something.
Probably.
Aaron Yeager's an interesting character, to be fair.
Never a good protagonist. He was never good. He was never good.
What? I thought he was a
Never good.
decent,
No, never good.
above average for me.
Nay.
Oh man.
Trust me.
Yeah.
No.
Then again, I don't know if you guys read Berserk
Kind of.
a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I've read like the first few chapters.
I hear like I understand if it's like a big turn off with like all the gore, rape, and stuff like that. But overall, it's a very interesting story. I really enjoy it.
And
It changed me as a person. Like the struggle Guts has to go through, and it's dark and yeah, it's hard to explain.
yeah, it's
You
just
King
fun.
Griffith.
Oh my god.
What was that thing? What was that thing I posted in my story yesterday?
Griffith's a well-written
Yeah.
villain or
Hold on.
antagonist.
Wait, what are you talking about, Chase?
Hold on, I got it. It was this thing I posted my story yesterday. It was very silly in my opinion. I thought it was kind of funny. I got a little haha out of it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
If you kin any of these characters, and it's like every character in existence. Let's see who we got here.
Yeah.
There's
And it's like the most random characters too.
Yeah.
Sometimes. We got Lewis, Pikachu, Virgil, Kirby, Light.
I'm surprised Kokichi's not there from Danganronpa.
Kermit! Naoto. There's Sokka. Let's see, Light. Yeah, I mean, there's
I feel
Edgeworth.
like Sockakins are probably the best people ever, though.
I know, Sokka is such a bro. Like, if you kin Sokka, you have to be a bro. You have got to be a bro. There's Gojo. There's Ocarina Link. Poison Ivy, Ryuk. Come on, how do you be a terrible Ryuk Kinney? Like, come on. There's no way. There's Aizawa. Let's see. Some random ass Danganronpa characters that I don't care for. King DDD. I don't see how you can be a DDD. I don't see how you could be a DDD Kinney and be a bad person. Some random ass Genshin character that no one cares about. Miku. Sam and Max are there. Naoto. Excuse me.
That's what I thought was funny. Like, is it supposed to like make fun of yourself since you can Naoto?
I have a Naoto profile pic, so excuse me, on Discord at least.
Yeah.
on Discord, not everywhere else. Everywhere else, it's my wife. My wife. Who is also me, but yeah.
Self-obsessed.
No.
No, don't say that.
Don't say that. That's a bad word. It's a no word. No words. No words. You're gonna get put in timeout with Pablo.
What?
for causing a disruption. God, like that whole little bit made me realize like I would never be a teacher. Like I could never be a teacher because I know like little shithead kids like you two would like you three would do that shit constantly, and I'd be like, that made me think of a funny story. I don't know if I could share it though because it kind of involves. Well, it involves It involves mentions of drugs, but fuck it. I'll tell it. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. When I was in my sophomore year, in independent study, which was special ed class or kids with, the delinquent kid class, whatever. There's this one kid. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't interrupt people. We're not allowed to do that. But he was a funny guy. He was a chill guy. He was a wacky guy, but he was funny. And so he was like on the phone with someone during class, and he was like talking quietly, and he's like, oh yeah, are you gonna bring the bubble machine? And then the teacher like looked at him, and he was like, you're talking about smoking weed? So, I had to hold myself from laughing because it was so funny. Or I don't know if bubble machine means weed particularly. I can't remember.
That's a funny code name.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it does. But it refers specifically to bongs.
Yeah, I think it refers specifically to bongs because he was like, oh yeah, he was like, no, we're gonna have a party this weekend. We're having a bubble machine. And the teacher was like, you're smoking weed. And I like thinking about it now, I'm like, how the hell did that teacher know what he was talking about? And I'm like, that's mighty sus.
Among Us?
No. But yeah, that's I classes were an experience. They were called II, but they were special ed classes. Like I really kept to myself most of the time because like for a really long time, I didn't really like being in those classes because I didn't like. Because I felt like it put a wrong kind of label on me as a neurodivergent person, and like I because like in elementary school, it would it would suck especially because like you would I would get you would get like pulled out of class like specifically it would be like you or like a few other people like you would have to get pulled out of class and what is this homophobia? No. Don't. Okay,
I
it's
don't know
kind of
how many
funny.
times I've been told.
It's kind of funny, but don't.
I
Anyways,
know.
it's
Does that mean Doom guy is gay?
Maybe
isn't he like hella Christian though?
he could
Oh,
be a gay
maybe.
Christian.
Be a gay hella yeah. I don't know. I think Doom guy
Religion's
might be.
weird.
I don't know because he's not. He doesn't. Because like think about it, he's never really like shown any like romantic or sexual interest in anyone. So
Yeah,
I don't know,
maybe
but
he's ace.
maybe. I mean, he's like a 1,000-year-old being. So I don't know.
Mm.
You know, he could be anything. He's Doom guy. He's demon sexual, demon romantic.
He loves killing demons though. So
Yeah.
is he really?
I don't know. I need to play the Doom Eternal DLC. But I hear it's pretty good. I hear it's pretty fire. I'm a little sad though, because he's not getting into MK, at least right now.
Uh,
Yeah, I know, because they're done with DLC for that game. Which sucks. Because I think they could have. Even though I don't really like MK11 as much as MKX, MKX in particular might be one of my favorite games ever because I have a lot of I have a huge amount of nostalgia for that game because like MKX was the shit in my seventh grade in my junior high in seventh grade. Everyone like all the boys back when I was a boy, like in the locker room and like during PE, all I would talk about is MKX, and it was such a good time. And like they had dude, Mortal Kombat does really fucking good on its guest characters. Because like yeah, like that they have some good ass guest characters because like MKX had like Jason and it had like all the horror characters. It had Jason, Leatherface.
It was fun to watch. I never got into Mortal Kombat because of like I was a little kid. I was like scary blood, gore, stuff like that. And then now looking back at it, it's like really cool to see like characters you'd never see in a fighting game.
Yeah, like they got like all like yeah like the coolest one was like when they first dropped Predator, then later on they dropped Alien, and so it's like oh you can have Alien versus Predator and stuff. And it's like oh that's cool. And
yeah.
MK11 kind of did that because they had like Terminator versus RoboCop. And that was kind of cool. Then MK11 got Spawn, and that was like the shit. That's probably like the best guest character in all of MK. It was fucking Spawn. So that was like yes, perfect. God, fucking love Spawn. Spawn is like coolest character in all of comics. He's so cool.
Nice.
We need more Spawn. Just because
fighting games are nice. I'm excited for
nice.
that new Nickelodeon one. That one's pretty goofy.
It's pretty goofy. Everyone memed on it for like 2 weeks though, and no one cares about
it. The memes were really fun. It's fun to imagine like Nickelodeon characters in like in a fighting game with frame data and stuff like that. Because like the studio that's making it are actually like they actually know how to make viable fighting games.
Competent games.
Yeah.
God. I don't know. Like maybe I don't know if I'd get it.
If it's like $40, I'll definitely get it.
$60.
I
don't think it doesn't look like a. I don't think that should be a.
Yeah.
Wait. Is it on? Is it a Switch exclusive or is it on like different consoles?
It's on all consoles and it's coming to Steam eventually. It's gonna have rollback netcode.
And that's why everyone's on it.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be cross-platform?
I'm not sure. Probably not.
If your game isn't
Something
if your game isn't cross-platform nowadays, what the hell are you doing?
Smash Bros. There's like a lot of console exclusive games.
That doesn't need to be. Like, oh no, like I was so peeved when I found out that fucking Strive wasn't cross-platform with PC and that. Okay, well no, because the Strive PS4 and PS5 are cross-platform, but they aren't with PC, which doesn't make sense to me. That's kind of dumb.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean,
That's yeah. And
I
like
think
cross-platform in general is a fun concept, but I can see why not many companies go for it because it'd be like too costly, and most importantly, Nintendo Switch is a really weak console.
it is not. That's lies.
I mean, yeah, I'm not like super weak, but it's not as strong as the other consoles. We're big boys. Like
I
I
mean,
play a lot of Fort, and the 30 FPS really sucks when it dips.
it did on Switch, really.
Yeah, it dips when there's like a
Sure.
lot of building.
I see people play for on Switch like no problem.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta get. I I'm sort of getting used to like
What the
30
hell? What the hell
FPS
are
in
y'all
general.
doing to your Switches? Like, y'all have
I
broke
don't
ass
know.
Switches. My Switch works just fine. Cause like,
yeah, like I've never had drift or anything, and like
no, I have
I mean
drift, but I don't really.
sometimes.
I have drift, but I don't really care for it because I don't use my Joy-Cons. I just use my Pro controller.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I can understand why you're not going to buy a Pro controller. It's like a $60 thing, but like the Switch Pro controller
Yeah.
is actually really fucking nice. Like it's actually a really good ass controller, and it's like I don't really play motion control games to begin with, so it's like I'm chill. I don't even know how many games. Like I guess if you're playing like Mario Odyssey, then yeah, it's kind of a problem. But like, and like the other way, I've seen people like I haven't played Nocturne lately. I've seen people complain a shitload like on Instagram about Nocturne having frame drips, especially in a handheld mode. Because I took it up when I had dinner at my at the house, my mom's house sitting last week, and I was playing in handheld mode. It ran just fine. It ran perfectly fine. It looked fine. I didn't have any problems at all. Like I have no idea what the hell people like. Either they're just lying just to be just for clout, or like I don't really get it. Or
No,
they
I feel
or
like
you
it could be just a section or like the part of the game you are, because like in some games or like some
it
scenes on
could,
like yeah,
but
like the
like
game that
it
I play a lot is the recent My Hero Academia game, the fighting one. Uh, that game is not really well optimized on Switch yet. It's my number one played game of all time. Have like I'm racking in like 1K hours on this
on the
game so
My
far.
Hero game, really?
Dang.
Yeah, it's because I'm part of the community. It's a bit toxic, but the gameplay is pretty fun if you get used to it at least. It's a 3D anime arena brawler. And I'm
I
currently
stay
playing as
away
we
from those
speak.
games. I don't like those games. I do
Yeah,
not like those
I
games.
totally understand. It's like the thing about my the no 3D anime brawlers in general. It's a 3D space, so you're gonna expect a lot of people just running away and throwing projectiles.
I don't understand why they can't just make all those games more like Tekken or like Soul Calibur or something. Because they're all developed by Namco, so it's like, why not just make them
Yeah,
Tekken or
no, they're published by Namco. It's
oh,
the developer. The developer for this game is King. They don't really have the great of a track record, but I feel like this is their best game as of recent.
oh no, the
But
greatest game
yeah,
of all, the great Jump Force, the greatest game of all time.
that's made by I think it's by Chunsoft.
Is it by
Was it?
That's the same company that did Danganronpa.
But the thing about Danganronpa is like it's actually well made, not story wise, of course. Like that's a as much as I love Danganronpa, like the story, the whole plot and stuff is like really subpar if you actually like played really good visual novels. It's just goofy fun,
Uh,
Danganronpa. and it's visually very very appealing with the characters stuff.
I can fuck with Danganronpa 1 kind of. I think Danganronpa is fine from a story perspective. Like
It's
it
fine.
gets kind of whatever toward the end, and
It gets
I don't like
really
the
meta in
ending.
V3.
But then 2 is just dog shit. I played 2 like what 2 years ago, and
That's interesting.
I was like, God, I hate this. This all the characters are annoying. It's like I don't care. I don't care.
That's very interesting because
And
in the
I've
fandom, like the second game is the most popular one.
so stupid. It's
It
so
is,
dumb.
yeah.
All the characters, like most of like except for like I don't know, like they're all stupid and dumb, and they have no
Yeah,
development whatsoever,
that's fair.
except for like
It's for,
Chiaki.
like-
But like Chiaki's like kind of smart, but that's because reasons.
Yeah, story reasons. That's interesting because, like, for me personally, the way I see the games, like the first game had like the most grounded cast. Like,
Yeah, I think
each
one
member
had
was,
a
like,
really good all-rounded cast. There were a couple stinkers in there, but I think they were all pretty.
Yeah.
Most of them are pretty all right for the
They-
most part.
yeah, 2 has the more goofy, the more fun-loving kind of cast of characters.
I
Like,
find,
they're
but
more
because
laid back
I
compared,
find
like,
them
to
all
the
really
rest.
annoying and really
Yeah,
dumb.
that's understandable. And the V3 is like a mix of both because you have a mix of serious characters and non-serious characters.
Ugh. I like I would not make like if it was up to me making Danganronpa, that it wouldn't really be like that. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like how I would make Danganronpa is kind of like you kind of like unknowingly like decide kind of who lives and who dies, and that's how I would make it.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
It's like
Yeah, more
it's like
player
a
choice.
yeah, it's like
I think
have you guys heard of the game Your Turn to Die?
kind of I'm thinking more of
Oh,
like
yeah.
I'm thinking more like
Yeah.
Until Dawn, if you guys
Yeah,
ever
that's-
played that game.
yeah.
Whatever. But like something more like like part of me wonders if they were gonna go for that route eventually, because like all the characters have all of the characters have execution scenes.
Yeah.
Most of them are just unused,
Mhm.
which is really interesting to think about. So I wonder if that's how the game originally was gonna play out, and like I wonder,
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause, like I would have like, but like a multiple endings, just depending on who lives, who dies. Maybe like an everyone lives ending, but like it's
Yeah,
really
they had that for like the first game, but that was unused.
like how I would do it is that like there's like an everyone lives ending, but I would make that ending like ridiculous because like not people don't really like those kinds of endings. Like how I would do it is just I would have that ending be just ridiculously hard to get. Like I think that
Well,
would be that would
And
be
that
fair.
would be a short ending too, because isn't the rule of the Danganronpa if you don't kill someone in like a week, then someone's
Monica
executed?
was no. In V3, something similar happens to that, like the first trial or like the first chapter. No one wants to kill each other. But then Monokuma was like, "Oh, if you guys don't kill each other, then I kill everyone in like in a certain time limit." And in this yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
Like,
then didn't well, Monokuma didn't kill the first person, but it was set up by the mastermind.
yeah.
The first
Yeah.
trial at least.
Or no, the first death was set up by the map, or
Yeah, the
in
first
one
death.
at least in one.
Yeah.
The first it was, but that was kind of the plan.
Ebby hasn't played V3 yet.
I mean, I haven't played V3. I have no intention. I'm just talking about 1 and 2 because those are the ones I played.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
I have no intention of playing at this particular moment. I don't know what the hell you have to do to convince me to play V3, but at this moment, I do not.
I really
I think
enjoyed
it's better than
V3.
the first one.
I think it's better than
I think V3 is the best Danganronpa game.
Like the ending is like a 50-50. It's either hit or miss with you, whether you like it or not.
I mean, but like, yeah.
I mean, the ending does seem kind of like I won't spoil what it is, but it is kind of like a cliche that they kind of pulled out, but I think it works honestly.
I really like the ending, though I can understand people's frustrations with the ending.
Yeah.
Will Chase play it? Probably not. I got other shit to do. I got other shit. I got other shit to waste my time on than Danganronpa. I'm probably gonna waste 100 hours of my life on Nocturne. Really. I mean, I'm having fun with Nocturne so far. I think. Like, yeah, $60 remaster, but whatever. You know, at least it was a birthday gift. At least I didn't spend my own money. It's a pretty solid game. It's Nocturne. It's Nocturne.
Mm-hmm.
It is Nocturne. It is the Fiend who is a demi, and
he's on that demon top.
I wonder if Demi Fiend is demisexual.
Maybe that would be really funny. I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, he's another character who doesn't really. I mean, he's a self-insert character though. He's a silent protagonist. So.
And all silent protagonists are canonically asexual, unless it's like Persona where you can romance people.
I always think of self-insert
Why
protagonists
can't
as
I romance
pansexual.
Ryuji?
Because Atlas is homophobic. Duh.
Well, yeah,
Girls before
Alice is
hoes.
homophobic though.
Atlas is redonkulously homophobic.
Yeah.
TBH.
And
TBH shade.
and transphobic. Except they did all right in Persona 4, but there's like a heavily transphobic thing in Persona 3. It was like the beach scene, I think.
What beach scene? What
In
part of
Persona 3.
when Igus is
by,
introduced?
The games are made by a Japanese studio where their beliefs are different. So
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's hard. Yeah, it's definitely not it's not acceptable. Of course, it's just like you can sort of. I don't know. I give them the benefit of the doubt that they're not educated on stuff. You know.
Like we have the internet nowadays. You can very easily be educated on stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like I saw this one post the other day, like how the anime industry and like the manga industry and like a lot of manga creators have no excuse for like drawing black characters the way they do with like big lips and stuff.
Yeah. The interesting thing I've heard was like you guys watched the Promised Neverland?
Yeah, I did. Oh yeah, Sister Crone. Yeah.
Yeah, Sister Crone. That's an interesting topic because I spoke with like some individuals in the black community. Some people find it offensive and others don't.
I mean,
it's
yeah, like that's
yeah, I can't really
that's kind of
say
how
because
it,
I'm not black
that's how
myself,
it
but
is. A lot of the
yeah,
time. But like generally
yeah,
speaking, it's kind of a
it's
racist thing. Generally
yeah.
speaking, it's
I can understand that.
then you have
That's
Cowboy
why
Bebop who
Tite
has like
Kubo is the goat and has
yeah
the best black
yeah
characters
he has
in
the
anime.
best yeah he did his black characters justice. So did the Cowboy
Yeah.
Bebop creators. They did
Yes.
and
With
like
Cowboy
recently
Bebop, I think Jet was supposed to be written as black.
I think
Like,
Jet
I
was
actually
supposed to be
think-
black. I think Jet was supposed to be black.
Yeah. I think there actually might be something like he was originally written to be black, but you can't have a black character as a main character.
But they have Ed. Ed is vaguely Mexican, I think. A lot of characters in Cowboy Bebop are Mexican.
I think Ed is just I don't know. Ed's interesting.
I've always wondered if there's like a good written Hispanic kind of character or like a Latino kind of character.
Watch Megalobox.
Chad
Megalobox.
Bleach.
Megalobox. Yeah, Megalobox. I think Joe, the main character in that show, is supposed to be vaguely Mexican, and there are a ton of other like Mexican-ish like cultural aspects in Megalobox, because Megalobox is a very Western experience. Watch Megalobox, by the way. A pretty good show. Solid retelling of Ashita no Joe from like way back when. Yeah, I think Megalobox is pretty good. Again, it has really good black representation as well. the character of
Nice.
Nambu. Yeah.
That's good to know. Yeah.
Which is also heavily Mexican influenced.
Yeah. Bleach is because what the big hollow thing was called a Quavo Huncho, right? Yeah, or Huncho Quavo.
Yeah, Huevo. Well, no. What are the big hollow things?
Yeah, that Ichigo and Quincy defeated like really early. I can't remember. I think it was Quavo
I can't
Huncho.
remember what those are called. No, it was like.
Let me look it up.
I can't remember what those are called. But the main where the Arancars live is called Hueco Mundo, which is like something like a place of death. I think I don't know. Let's be honest.
You know what I find funny? You guys probably seen the meme where it's like Akira Toriyama if Mexicans never existed. It's like making the burgers.
It's so true. We love our Dragon Ball. We really do.
I enjoy Dragon Ball. It's not my favorite series, but
I like OG Dragon Ball. I think OG. Cool. I think original Dragon Ball, like classic Dragon Ball, is really fucking good. Z is Z.
It's a hit or miss. I love some scenes in Z, but other scenes I'm just like, I could be watching Naruto or something.
Z doesn't get like really bad until the Boo arc. The Boo arc is not good.
I enjoyed the Boo arc. It's probably my favorite one because like the Goofy and I kind of like Gohan and Vidal's relationship, even if it was like poorly written.
And like that's better than Super.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon.
I have yet to consume Super. I've just seen some things in the manga that happened recently.
Yeah, just don't do yourself a favor. I think there are some okay bits in Super. Like there are some like I really like Boo and Mr. Satan's relationship in Super. It's kind of cute and funny.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, there's also this one scene in like the first tournament arc where so like in Super there are like all these like alternate universes. And so there's this like little tournament arc between like universe whatever and the other universe.
Yeah, the tournament of power.
Yeah, between Beerus and his brother, and so like they like form teams. And there's this part where Vegeta fights a Saiyan from the alternate universe, but the difference is that Saiyans aren't quite as strong in that universe as they are in So like what Vegeta does is that he kind of in their fight, Vegeta teaches the alternate Saiyan kind of what it means to be a Saiyan, like what it means to be a proud Saiyan warrior, and he teaches the Saiyan to go Super Saiyan 1, and it's so good. It's further proof why Vegeta is the best character in Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I'd say Vegeta's definitely better written as a character than Goku.
By far.
Just like Goku's an interesting character. I feel like he's goofy. He's like a funny.
I love Kid Goku. I love Kid Goku. He's just a silly little kid doing silly little kid things.
Adult Goku's like.
Adult Goku is like, oh. Like okay, you've powered up for like the 5th time, like whatever.
No. He's gonna scream and change his hair color.
Yeah, he's gonna stream, change his hair color for like the 50th time, beat the bad guy. It's just bad. It's just don't ever do this. Don't. That's not how you power scale. I think I've talked about this on the podcast.
Power scaling is a fun topic.
Yeah. But when power scaling, do not take inspiration from Dragon Ball or American comics. Do not. Bad idea. Do not. If you want to properly power scale, take inspiration from either My Hero or JJK. That is how you power scale.
I wouldn't say My Hero's power scaling is a bit meh, I guess.
My Hero has this is what
not bad, of course. It's just like for me, My Hero's like the vanilla of the cream of the crop,
It's so genius.
It knows what it's doing, but it's like
no, this is what you do. You introduce the strongest guy at the beginning of the series and say, okay, strongest guy. No one can beat him. There might be like one thing you can do to beat him, but he is the strongest guy. No one person can beat this guy because he's the strongest. And that's what My Hero and JJK do. That is what you should do. You have to introduce.
But the thing about My Hero, like the the thing about it is like the progression feels a bit meh. Like for me, Deku right now in the
No, My
manga,
Hero's pacing is garbage. My Hero's pacing is so garbage. It's like here's my really big thing with My Hero. This is why I think My Hero fell off so hard in the general eyes of many, is because so take it from me. So when I was in 8th grade, My Hero came out, and it was about like Deku, like entering high school and all that stuff. Flash forward, a couple years, and now I'm graduating high school. Now I'm in college, and Deku and the gang are still in their first year of high school.
yeah,
It's not. It doesn't. It doesn't.
something.
That's not. That's not how you should pace your story. Like,
Yeah, you'd expect them to be already in like their second year at the very least.
no,
They're
not
like,
even like way beyond that. Like way beyond that.
yeah,
My Hero
and
would have been
as of
so much
recent in
more
the manga,
compelling. Yeah,
Deku's been like, he's like at this point of the story, he's like stronger than pro heroes, and he's still a first year, which is shocking.
yeah. That's garbage stuff. That is how you ruin your story. If you can't, like, I think if you have characters that are young, and if you can't show them, if you don't have the balls to show them growing up, then that's a failure of a writer. Because like,
That's why I say Naruto, the first arc in Naruto, is one of the best arcs in all of Shonen. The Land of Waves arc is like the best written, kind of like to show power progression. Because like,
yeah,
if you guys, I don't know if you guys watch Naruto, have you? Or
I
do you
kind of
watch it?
grew up with it. I kind of grew up.
Okay,
I watched
so
it
you,
years ago, but yeah.
so like in the Land of Waves, the gang it consists of three kids, and one adult.
Yeah,
They're tasked to go against a one highly skilled adult ninja, and they get like, what's it called? Kakashi gets trapped in this water prison, so it's only up to
yeah. It's a
Naruto,
mirror. It's
Sasuke,
like a
and
mirror
Sakura.
prison. It's not like a water. It's like a mirror.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
they're
a
like,
yeah that was
yeah,
not Zabuza. The kids, or was it
Haku.
Zabuza's thing?
No. This was before Haku came into the picture.
Okay.
But this, so yeah, they Kakashi, like their strongest members stuck in a water prison. So it's up to like the weaker members. They know they can't take him head on. So instead, they show like the author or like the mangaka writes a
Ishimoto.
scenario where instead of taking the bad guy head on, they make a plan where
Yeah,
instead
they
of
use teamwork.
fighting
They
him
use teamwork.
head on,
Yeah.
they free Kakashi, and it comes to like a sort of stalemate until Kakashi overpowers him.
Yeah,
I
like
feel like that's definitely way better to show them my heroes. Oh, we might be first years, but we can take on like A grade villains.
Jujutsu Kaisen's actually kind of like that, right, Drake? Where it's like, oh, we're like only first years, and here we are taking on like the super strong special grade curses.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But then again, like Yuji and Megumin are, or what's his name?
Megumi.
Yeah,
Megumi.
Yeah. They're like ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not even just for first years, like just in general.
Also, like, it kind of goes back to the whole Naruto Sasuke archetype thing. Yeah, it's strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except I don't really. I mean, as much as people say like Megumi and Yuji are like Sasuke and Naruto,
I think they're one of the better,
I think yeah, they're and it's not really like a rivalry is the thing.
It's not really like a
It's more
rivalry. It's more like a
friendship. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's more like a dumbass. Like, it's like, oh, you're a dumbass, but I'm just like your comrade or whatever. Like, it's that kind of like camaraderie they have.
And the thing about the Naruto and Sasuke relationship, it doesn't get
Naruto Sasuke
developed
Sakura thing.
it's more like a you know how like a lot of the fandom like makes Naruto and Sasuke like yaoi lovers.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a
Well, because they
weird.
kissed.
Yeah, they kissed.
They kissed
their
like
first
twice or like 3
meeting.
times.
Yeah, it's funny to think about, but yeah, it's more like a crap. Like they don't work together after like a bit. They get separated, so it's like, and they only meet up to like have a fight to like compare their powers. So
it happens like
it's
5
weird.
times in the. Well, it happens at the end of Naruto, and then it happens like 5 times in Shippuden. It's like, ugh.
Yeah,
Shippuden is so bad.
I wouldn't say it's terrible, but it definitely has its flaws.
Okay, now towards the later, it gets really like, oh, it gets to like the Dragon Ball point where it's like, oh, you're doing thing.
Yeah,
The final Naruto and Sasuke fight is really good. It's a good fight, even though it's kind of just a rehash of Hashi versus Obito, kind of in a way. It's like that similar setup, but like it's a good fight, you know. And then
with
Boruto's the thing that
Kakashi and
exists.
Obito, it's supposed to be like parallels.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
that's the other problem I have with Naruto. It's like every generation had like a Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. It's like bruh, that's not how real life works.
and
It was
speaking
like
of the
there was like
Naruto
Jiraiya,
Sasuke thing,
Tsunade.
a lot of the new shonens like Chainsaw Man and Jujutsu Kaisen are they kind of have like that sort of thing where
Yeah, no, a lot.
Nobara
No, it's a very
and
common
Itadori.
theme in shonen for the past like there are so
Yeah.
many Naruto, Sasuke. Well, it's actually a broader thing. There's always like in the late 90s, you saw it a lot in the late, like starting in like the 90s, but there was always like a team of like mostly made up of men, and then there was the one girl. It's
The one
everywhere.
girl.
Like
Yeah,
One
no,
Piece, which One Piece does get another female character, but
One Piece gets a
yeah.
couple female characters actually.
Not in the Straw Hats.
Not in the
There's only
Straw
2.
Hats, but there are plenty of female characters in like the individual arcs though. Actually, I think there are
Well, yeah.
3. I think there are 3 female characters. I think they got another member in like the past
Did
3
they?
years of. Yeah, I think they did. But I think so.
No,
Yeah, they're
I
up
think
to
it's
3.
just 2. I think it's just Nami and Robin.
That's not me wrong. So, but I think One Piece kind of has that kind of like little diversity thing though too, where like they're not
Yeah.
all human characters. Like you have like Brook, who's a
Yeah.
skeleton. You have
Well, Brook is technically a human.
yeah, but he's a skeleton though. That's a little different. You have Chopper, then you have Frankie, who's a robot, if I remember correctly, or something like that. But it's got yeah, like Star Trek's kind of like that, where like at least in the Next Generation, like the only 2 like female characters are
Mhm.
oh fuck, why can't I think of her name? I should know her name. I had a crush on her. Yeah, Deanna. Yeah, Deanna, and then the doctor. I'm blanking on her name too. But then like you have like diversity in other places too. Like Geordi is a blind man, and you have Worf who's a Klingon, and Data is an android. Like you know, like there are other ways you can show diversity outside of like gender and stuff.
No,
I
yeah,
think-
definitely.
Like I think that is another good way to do diversity. Like outside of like gender and sexuality, you can have like multiple races and stuff. Like that's one thing I want future Xenoblade games to do, is that I want like more like sci-fi fantasy races in Xenoblade, because I think I don't really like the fact like yeah, in Xenoblade 2 you have blades, but like most of like the main blades are pretty human like in Xenoblade 2. And like in Xenoblade 1 you only have like the only really like non-human character is Ricky. And like Melia is kind of because Melia is half human. And if you want to count Fiora, which is kind of a spoiler, sorry, but I think you can kind of count Fiora because Fiora is a cyborg. I don't know. It's weird.
Well, it's like what happened? Was she just given like robot parts? I think that's all it was.
She was she has human parts and robot parts.
Yeah.
So she's a
So I
cyborg.
guess cyborg.
Yeah, she's a cyborg. Remember, kids. Remember the difference between android, and cyborg. Robots are kind of just machines. Androids.
Shulk is not. Well, he is a human, but it's different, and that gets much more spoilers.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, remember, robots are kind of just machines. Androids are machines who question their existence as machines, and then cyborgs are fusions of robots, of fusions of technology. Remember the difference.
Would it be bad to have a crush on a robot?
I mean, I'm not one to talk, so Shout out to, I guess, from Persona 3, my wife.
That's pretty silly to think about. You know what I've been thinking about? I wish there was like a battle kind of series that has like a good like romance or like a couple relationship going on. Because I haven't
Kaguya-sama?
been able to find. I haven't been able to find like a battle kind of anime or like a series.
Yeah, Kaguya-sama.
that
That's yeah. Drake can attest to that.
Kaguya-sama.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kaguya-sama.
No, that's like a purely romance. I'm talking about like
No,
But
Kaguya-sama is a battle series. It has battle elements in it. Yeah.
really.
Yeah, it's called Love is War for a reason.
Oh.
Yeah, it is a battle.
It's not like physical fighting.
Yeah, it's
Well,
more like
does
Death Note ish, I
but
guess.
It's
non-battle battle.
yeah.
That's what that
Definitely
subgenre is
kind
called.
of
Like that. Yeah, like Death Note.
Mental battles.
Yeah, mind
Yeah.
games. Mind games.
Mind games.
I've been watching Death Note actually. I should have mentioned that. I've been watching Death Note.
Yeah, you've been posting it on your
Yes,
story.
I am past the point where it is peak fiction. I am past that point now. Specifically, the point where it stops being peak fiction is episode 11 for reference. Episode 11 or 12, I think.
Wait,
yeah.
what happens? Is that when he gets like locked up?
No, episode 11 is when at the end of episode 11, Nisa is physically introduced. She's well, it's introduced, but there's
hear,
another.
like me personally, well, sort of get the impression that like Death Note's quality kind of fell down after Misa was introduced.
Yeah, it does. Trust me, it does. Yeah, I do not like. I personally don't like Misa as a character, but I also think, generally speaking, that's kind of where the series falls off a little bit. I don't know. I think it was at its most compelling when it was just Light versus L, and yeah, I find Misa really annoying because I get that people feel that people find her attractive or whatever, but
yeah, she has a good design.
Yeah, like every time she opens her mouth, this because I'm watching the dub, by the way, because I think the Death Note dub is classic.
Yeah,
but every
potato chip and eat it.
I'll take a potato chip and eat. I've actually, that scene actually got me too. I was laughing my ass off. It's so funny. But it's such a good scene too. Like it like unironically, it's a good scene. But yeah. Anyways, I every time Nisa like opens her mouth to speak, she just reminds me of all the obnoxious white girls I knew back in high school.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like.
I think
her.
Misa could have been a great character.
I think she could have been a great character. Just if she wasn't.
I don't know if this goes into like the whole thing about like some shonen writers or like male
sexist?
writers
Yeah.
not being able to write like female characters.
Yeah,
correctly.
no.
Not saying, like, of
That-
course,
that-
not
but
applying
that
to
is
everyone.
what happens. That's what happened to Misa.
Yeah,
definitely.
She's the like.
She's really upset.
Stereotype, but like
she's obsessive.
blonde.
She's really obsessive, and that's why I don't like her. I don't like obsessive characters, and or well, upset like romantically obsessive characters, and for the most part, there might be like one or two that I actually like. Going back to
Amy
Danganronpa
from Sonic. I think she's like a really cool character.
I think Toko from Danganronpa is kind of funny. I think she's a little.
She's pretty cool.
She's a little
she gets
silly.
Really like well fleshed out in Ultra Despair Girls.
Is that game worth
it
playing? It looks kind of
enjoyed it, but the thing about it is like, it's really like yummy kids. Like it's sort of like that kind of game.
Never mind.
Yeah, because like they ruin what like there's this like super cool character you guys meet in that game, and then he has like this one line that ruins his whole character for like a lot of people. I try to look past it, but it's like, it Toko's like, oh, are you trying to look at me or are you trying to grow me? And then he's like, nah, I like girls, young girls, as young as possible. I'm like, yeah. Thanks.
That's kind of happening to me right now because I'm watching the second season of Dragon Maid right now because like I really like Dragon Maid's first season when it came out when I was in my freshman year. But, like I'm watching it now and it's like there's so much weird ass pedo shit in that show. But there's also some really
Yeah.
there's also some really great stuff in that show too. And it's really
Yeah.
well animated. Like I'm gonna give Kyo like actually like legit shout out to Kyo Annie. Because you guys know that they had the big fire like what 2 years
Yeah.
ago, and like a lot of like really talented young animators died. And like Kobayashi's second season is really fucking well animated. It is really fucking well animated. And again, there are some great like character moments in that show, but there's also some. It's just like the weird, like standard like pedo shit. But then like when I watch it, I'm like thinking, is this a problem specifically with the show, or is this a problem with the industry as a whole? You know?
Yeah, they'd be
feel like-
sexualizing like 15-year-olds way too much in
Yeah.
anime.
Yeah.
I feel
And-
like there are so many anime that would be peak fiction if they just got rid of the pedophilia.
Yeah. No. Like.
Yeah, like
Like-
Fire. No, not Fire Punch. That's more like an incest kind of problem. Fire Punch.
Uh-huh.
Incest is also a very
Monogatari.
big problem in the anime industry though
Oh
as well.
yeah, Monogatari is like a weird series for me. I really like it, but I can definitely understand why a lot of people dislike it.
Okay, like if we're ignoring all the weird pedo and incest shit in Monogatari, I think it's kind of even then I think it's kind of overhyped. Like I think like for me personally, I tried binge watching almost all of it like a few years back. I watched a couple of the season. Like I watched a couple of the seasons. The thing about Monogatari is that it gets kind of repetitive.
Yeah, definitely.
Like it gets kind of samey. I think Baki Monogatari is really good. I think
Yeah.
Baki Monogatari is really good. Senju Hara
Like,
is also top tier. in my
If you
opinion.
got rid of the Hachi Kuchi scenes in Bakemonogatari, it's peak fiction.
Yeah.
Almost. I think it's almost it. I think that scene in like that random ass like I think it's episode 13 of Baki Monogatari where Araragi and Senju Gahara are just laying in the field looking up at the stars. That is like
No, that's a good scene.
that is like one of my
Uh-huh.
favorite scenes in all of anime. I fucking love that scene so much. Like I think about that scene so much. That scene is like a reference for me. Like that is how you write romance. That is a good
Yeah.
scene. But yeah, but I think the studio and the director would later go on to do. I really want to watch the kids Monogatari movies though. They look really fucking good. They actually look kind of like. But anyways, we could also talk about the superior anime by Studio Shaft. Mars Comes In Like a Lion. Best show
Oh,
ever.
that's a good-
Yes.
My all-time favorite show. My all-time favorite anime.
You know, it's a series I really like that you've like a lot of people love, but I hate to bash it because it's
What?
really bad in writing. Demon Slayer.
I don't think Demon Slayer is poorly written. I just think it's kind of it's just really
weak written because like I'm gonna be very loose here since I don't want to spoil like major key points, but the thing about Demon Slayer that I highly dislike is like the fact that at the end of like every time a demon dies, it's like, oh, we gotta put in a backstory so we can feel bad for that character. It's like,
yeah.
no, you're supposed to do it beforehand so we can feel bad for the character dying, not when they're currently dying. And a major slip up that's like really bad. You know the Hashiras, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, the author forgot to give the backstory to one of them. So she decides to like shoehorn in it, like shoehorn one of the Hashira's backstory mid fight during like the final battle. It's like it's really out of place. It's not great.
I can kind of
love
get
the
it.
anime.
I can
love
kind
the
of
anime.
I can kind of get it because like as a writer myself, I like sometimes get a little too focused on something and then I forget to mention like one thing and I have to go back and I'm like, oh, how do I fit this in now though? But like I kind of get it.
Yeah, definitely. I can totally understand writing,
Yeah.
especially for like a weekly series where like constantly you're supposed to pump up new ideas and like constant art. Yeah, definitely. It's like yeah, it's like a major slip up that I can't over like
Rocky.
yeah. It's a bit rocky. Definitely. I'm hoping the anime fixes it, but that's
think-
yeah.
Like
Pretty
like
animation though.
yeah, my general problem with Demon Slayer, I feel like the pacing is really slow because like even after
The
like
pacing's bad.
even after like 25 episodes of anime and like a 2-hour movie, I still feel like we're at the very beginning of the story and it's like JJK
Yeah,
I feel like did a lot more in its first season than and then
Demon
Demon
Slayer?
Slayer. Yeah, then Demon Slayer is done with a single season and a movie.
And a movie. The movie's
Yeah.
like really good. I love Rengoku. He's my husband.
I
My fictional husband.
I really want to like him. I really want to like him, but he only gets like 15 minutes of screen
Yeah,
time.
definitely. Yeah, he
I
only
wi-
shows up, appears, and disappears.
and then the bad things happen.
Yeah.
Like
It's
I want
yeah.
to feel for him, but I can't because the cynical part of me prevents me from feeling for
Yeah,
him.
definitely. The thing about me, because before I watched the movie with like my friends, Ebby didn't go because he didn't watch the first season of Demon Slayer, but was I read the backstory of Rengoku and like his first mission and stuff, so I could sort of like I sort of had like an insight of his character beforehand, and I had like an idea of like who he was as a person instead of like that one movie just like trying to shoehorn in his whole character in like under 50 like an hour.
Dude, it's a 2 hour movie. I think doing a whole arc in a 2 hour movie was pretty solid. I think that's something I'm starting to see a lot
I think they
more.
did a good job.
It's becoming more of a. I'm noticing it's kind of becoming a trend in the anime industry, like a Made in Abyss. Made in Abyss is getting a movie that takes place in between, or no, it did get a movie actually. There was a movie that takes place. If you guys have seen it, I don't know if you guys have seen or heard of Made in Abyss.
Yeah,
it came out.
I watched
I haven't
it.
seen
It's
it,
like,
but I haven't seen it, but I know.
Yeah.
it's good. It's good. It's good. Really good.
Yeah,
I
so,
highly
like,
recommend it, but it's
I think it's all right.
like scary.
I think it's all right. There's it's like the first season ends, but then they made a movie. There's a movie that's going to take place, or I think, or no, it's already out. So there's a movie that takes place in between the first season and then the upcoming second season that's coming out like I think within the next year or something.
Yeah.
And
My
I
Hero
think
Academia movies really off-putting because like none of them are canon besides maybe the second one.
I thought the
It's a
first one was
reference to
canon
the
because
manga.
because I remember them mentioning stuff that happened in the first movie at the beginning
In
of
the manga?
season 3. No, at the beginning of season 3.
Oh,
So I think it's
really?
like kind of canon. Because the first movie is kind of about how All Might went to like train and become a hero in America for a bit or something,
Yeah.
which is like
Mhm.
technically canon.
But what's
yeah, I
not
guess.
canon is like
The
he
ki-
had a sidekick.
Yeah, I mean he has Night Eye.
Yeah.
Well, no, the
It could have been a
Yeah,
really
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
good character if it didn't do bad things to him.
Yeah. David Shield and Melissa Shield are okay characters. The thing about like My Hero at the moment, the manga for me is not my favorite. The anime, what they're doing with the My Villain whole thing, the whole shenanigan, like they're pushing My Villain Academia all the way in the back, so it's only gonna be 6 episodes max. Like, it's not. I don't hate it. It's just like it's disappointing to me at the moment.
See, if it was me writing My Hero, then it would have been amazing because I
You can
am.
definitely write a better story.
I would so
You'd
totally
give Jiro
right.
more screen time.
I would have. Yeah, I get Jiro more screen. I would give all the characters. No, this is what I would do if I was I would make it more like American comics where like a lot of characters get spin-off series because like I feel like My Hero could have been like that. It had the potential to be because it's a superhero series. Like I so totally would have read like an Aizawa spin-off and especially I would have
This shows antis.
yeah, like I would have read an Endeavor spin-off series. I think My Hero would have really done well, a lot better if it was just more like if it was more like American comics in that perspective. But it is also it is already very heavily inspired by American
I feel
comics.
like all the characters in My Hero are all balanced in a way, No one's like shafted too hard, but it's like still.
No,
I
I know quite a few people who would disagree with that.
Because me at the moment, my favorite,
the Animal Dude is heavily overlooked.
My favorite My Hero Academia character is a character not many people like. It's the purple-haired meatball guy.
Mineta?
No, not the not him.
Shout outs to Mineta for coming out. Shout outs to
Shiketsu High School. He's the one
I
who
do
fought.
not remember him.
I don't remember. I
Let
don't
me see if I. I think I have a GIF of him. Right here. You'll probably remember if you see him.
Oh, that dude.
I really
Oh,
like his
the
He
power.
doesn't
Yeah.
do anything though. He just kind of stands there and just is kind of just there.
He made Bakugo and Kirishima into
He's my main in
with
this
meatballs.
in the My Hero game, but he's like a super cool character with like a super overpowered ability. He can basically just one shot a lot of the main characters in the story.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Shout outs to Mineta for coming out. By the way.
I heard about that. A lot of people were like a bit upset. I can understand
Okay,
why.
wait. Is that official? Was that the actual translation? Is that the actual? Because a lot of people were wondering, is that like is
Alright,
this
from
real?
what I interpreted from like the whole situation, yeah, the official Viz Media translation said I fell for you, but the actual Japanese, it's sort of the same thing. It's like the phrasing in Japanese could be used for romance,
another-
of course, but in this case for like a Mineta, it could be taken as a extreme kind of admiration kind of thing. But you
Even
know, a
that
lot of
though,
people
even
are like,
that sounds
he's
so
bi.
bullshit though. Like it's so stupid. Of
Yeah,
all
people
the
are just baby
characters,
mad at that.
of all the characters you decide to make a queer character, you choose
pervert.
Mineta?
You
Like,
choose the
that's-
predator
you
sexual
choose-
harassment.
Yeah, you choose
trope.
the pervert, the perverted character who has only ever shown interest in women. Who, might I mention, most of the fan base like hates and despises. I was reading a Tumblr post about it, the whole situation. A lot of fan fiction writers for My Hero just disclude Mineta. They just write out Mineta
they're
completely.
Like Mineta's replacer and not included.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can totally understand the hate for Mineta. He's like not that great of a character or person, but he's pretty goofy. I
his
kind of
design
like
is terrible too. His hero costume is so bad. He's wearing a diaper. Like,
That's true.
anyways,
it goes to show how mature he is as a character.
no. Anyways, it is getting pretty late into the day. It is
Yeah.
that was pretty fun
Yeah,
times.
definitely. Thank you for inviting me.
You're
It was
welcome.
nice to be
You,
here.
you guys are
Alright,
you all
thank
are
you.
very well. All right. Anyways, this
Alright.
has been People with Valid Opinions. I am Chase,
I'm Drake.
And I'm Pablo.
and we will catch you guys at some point in the future. Goodbye.
See ya.
Bye.